So today I'm going to walk you through a really neat piece of technology from Clear, and that is this digital filter pressure sensor. Now you may already have a gauge like this. This is a digital one, but you may also have an analog one that has a needle. If you hook up the Clear digital pressure one, there's a couple really important things that the Clear system will do for you. So number one is, if you have a variable speed pump like this, that pressure is actually going to change based on the pump, and so this gets really useful to track the pressure at specific speeds to actually tell you if the filter tank is dirty or not. So that's one. The second, and maybe the most important feature of this, is that this will actually help protect your pump in case it starts sucking air. So let's just say your pool water went down, this pump starts to draw air. They have some AI that can actually detect that the pressure has dropped and send you an alert and even shut down your pump to prevent you burning up your pump. So this is, I think, like 60 bucks. It's totally worth it. Let's walk through hooking it up, configuring it in the Clear app today. It'll be a piece of cake. All right, in order to hook up the Clear pressure sensor today, we are going to need only a few tools. So we'll need a flathead screwdriver for the terminal block on the Clear controller. You can choose to keep your old analog gauge. We highly recommend that in case you have a service guy or you're taking care of it yourself. You can order a T. This is a brass T that we got off Amazon. Pretty cheap to get. You'll need some Teflon tape, and you will need the Clear pressure sensor, which should be, between like 60 to 90 bucks with shipping, just depending on where we're at. And we'll go from here. And safety first. First thing we'll do is shut off the breaker to the pump, since we're going to be working with the cabling. So should be easy to find. This one's labeled, so I'll go ahead and do that. All right, so for demonstration purposes, I have this little top of a filter tank here today. The first thing that you're going to do is remove the pressure gauge off of the top. And depending on what type of filter tank you have, this may either be a male part or a female part. So we had a male part on this one. And so what we're going to do first is we're going to take our T and we'll go ahead and screw that on. All right, so that T's nice and tight on there. We also put some Teflon tape on there so you can see that with the blue, and I've got this Teflon tape over here. Now, the next thing you want to do is take your old analog gauge, put some Teflon tape on that, and screw it in at the top. You want to use the top one so that the gauge is easy to read, so we'll do that now. All right, and with our pressure gauge tight on top, we'll put some Teflon tape on the Clear pressure sensor, and we'll go ahead and screw that in from the side. So let's go ahead and do that now. All right, so these should fully be in place now. The only thing left to do is to go wire this up at the Clear controller. I'll cover the wiring again shortly once I shoot the video of us hooking that up, but let me go through the colors now just quickly. So the sensor needs anywhere from 9 to 24 volts, so that's great. That's exactly what the Clear controller needs. So power for the sensor is going to be on red. The ground is going to be on black. Green is the A wire, and white is the B wire. So let's go hook that up at the Clear controller. So one quick note when wiring up the pressure sensor, the ends of the pressure sensor wires are actually braided wire. It's nice that it's tinned, but if you have to double up wires, you might consider using ferrules or try and wrap these wires around each other so that they don't come loose. And back here at the Clear controller, I have two different cables. One cable is the power cable, that's the one on the right. The solid green is ground, and that white green is 24 volts. I then have the black cable twisted together on the ground, the red cable of the pressure sensor going to 24 volts. We've got the white cable going to B1, and the green cable going to A1. We should head to the app now. And I'm gonna go back to the breaker here and go ahead and flip it on. And back at our Clear controller, we can see that we have power. We've got a pulsing yellow LED, and we'll go through the app setup now. All right, and in order to add the pressure sensor in the app, I'm going to go to my location. I'm going to hit Settings. I'm going to go to Devices. I'll hit Add. Go look for Pool Equipment. And you'll see this first one pop up. I'm going to select Filter Tank Pressure. Again, you don't have to use the pressure sensor just on the filter tank. You could find other places, but we'll do the filter tank in this case. Select this. Now the only thing you'll have to do is just make sure you pick the right network. Again, networks are denoted by the A1 and B1 or A2 and B2. So here we'll go ahead and just select network 1 because that's how we've wired it up. I'll hit save, and that's it. Then pressure has been added and should begin to communicate. You can view the pressure readings on the equipment tab below once the sensor is talking. And that's it.